want to hear what absurd thing he's going to say.
It's the goose, dirt sheet goose. But we're here. It's Friday. You know what that means. It's Friday night. It's made Spider Can't Hear, aka Put Your Mom in the Figure 4 leg lock. Follow the Blur Cards on Facebook, IG, YouTube, Twitter, Spotify, TikTok, Twitch. We gotta get the YouTube numbers up. It's been an interesting day in wrestling, so might as well talk about it. The Jeremy Pierce.
Yeah, back once again. High Risk Wrestling Podcast. The schedule is up for the month of January. Tomorrow's episode is my AEW and WWE predictions. That is tomorrow's episode. Got a couple good shows scheduled for this month, and didn't think 2023 would start off like this. Just think about the fact that, Shinsuke versus Great Muta happened this week, and it's like the 7th most important story, and we're only a week into 2023. So, what a time to be alive, right?
Of course. You got Hollywood Sensei in here.
Yerrr. It's your boy Hollywood Sensei of the Blur Cartel. You know what I mean? We in the building. Friday night. Yerrr. Cam already told you where to find her. Just follow that. The YouTube, man. That's it. TikTok is good. Facebook's good. Just follow the YouTube. Also the Twitter and the Instagram too, man. You gotta get on that.
God. And then Trollman Reigns here, who knows nothing of what's going on, but he'll figure it out as we go along.
Talk about the event, man.
Fair enough. Just early on, before we get in touch with it, did you know? Put the graphic on here. Charlotte Flair has held a title each year since 2014. Charlotte defeated Ronda Rousey in a weird Charlotte LOL wins booking type match against Ronda Rousey. So it was weird. Whatever. She is the SmackDown Women's Champion again. This is her 5th reign.
Our second reign this year. Well, her second reign is from 2022. Did she go into 2022 as champion?
She had it.
Because Ronda beat her. Yeah, I think Charlotte came into 2022 as SmackDown Women's Champion. Who did she beat? I forget who she beat.
Charlotte wins. LOL.
LOL. Charlotte wins. That's death taxes, and Charlotte wins the championship every year.
So that part happened. If you saw Wrestle Kingdom, you saw the Mercedes Mone debut.
Facts. Let's go, Mercedes.
Looks amazing. I hate her finisher, which everybody is ragging on to say she botched. Kyrie botched it.
Kyrie botched, and for people that's going to try to rag on Kyrie, I will find you and murder your whole bloodline. Nobody ever disrespects Kyrie. She's one of the best wrestlers on the planet.
We
botches happen.
We will get Kyrie Sane versus Mercedes Mone. I don't like the finisher. It's doing a little bit too much. I mean, you remember Tay Mello's old finisher, and she has a new finisher, but I remember she would set you up in a gory bomb and then spin you into a kick. That's what it was. Like, the gory bomb setup should just end in either a widow's peak or a gory bomb. That's it. Or just don't change it. Just backstab her, bank statement. Just call it something else. I mean, I understand she's trying to do more of a lucha libre thing, but
she'll be fine. She'll be fine. That match between her and Kyrie is going to be fire.
All the neck beard incels got a little laugh out of it, but she's making more money than all of you, so fair enough.
Shout out to the neck beard.
Shout out to the neck beard. She is officially in the WWE alumni next to Samir Singh and Samoa Joe and Savio Vega, if you remember him. I know
who is Saxon Huxley?
I don't know. Somebody got fired. And Sam Gradwell.
They must have been NXT UK people.
Saxon Huxley look like great value Sami Zayn. Like, who?
And also, Wrestle Kingdom, probably the match of the night, I suppose. Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay. Very, very good match.
The big dog gave us 6
question. Y'all know how I feel about Mercedes and Kyrie. I just think they're great. Did anyone feel like a little disrespectful? They got 5 minutes, Kyrie and Tam. Everybody else got 10, 15. Obviously, Jay White and Okada went 33 minutes, and Kenny and Will went what, 34, 35? So like giving Kyrie 5 minutes. This is your biggest show. It's the first title defense of your official women's champion. Y'all gave her 5 minutes.
Any other wrestling promotion does it also. So I mean, hey.
Just felt off. What else?
Japan's catching up. Japan's
Japan?
Japan's catching up with the rest of the world. I did not like the finish at all. All I could do is smile because I can't get more angrier. So. Phenomenal match. If you're gonna watch any match, go watch that one.
Have you seen Ospreay's body? His he's ice bath for sure.
Please get in an ice bath. But what we're really going to talk about is the Vince McMahon is back. The Vinnie Mac is back on the board of WWE. I'm gonna give it to Roman Reigns. What do you think of Vinnie Mac coming back? He's not going to be in a creator position, but he's going to mitigate the transactions. Basically, he's holding the WWE source income stream hostage for the most part.
The Vin Man, I don't believe nothing he ever says. Eventually, I think he'll try to work his way to the creative position again. I do think it was better for let Triple H and them handle everything, let the board in itself handles everything. But apparently, I guess he knows what's best for business because he's back, like he never left. And so we'll see where it goes, but he is holding the media part of the company hostage. And there's been rumors that he's just trying to sell everything. It's all together, almost like the Vin is like the poison that you don't want back. You know what I'm saying? So
remember Vince brought in the moment he got back on the board, the first thing that popped into my brain was that go home show promo on SmackDown and black and white when he said, "I'm going to kill my own creation." He brought in the NWO. That's the first thing that came into my mind.
Right. So Vince is he's that poison you don't want. And
he's that poison you don't want.
It's true. I mean, why would you leave? And then you talk about you got bad advice. No, you did not get bad advice. You had good advice. It was better for you to step down versus you get ousted. And somehow, some way, he slithered his way back into the WWE. So we going to see where this go. Okay, but the stock for the company went up. So
I can attest to that. I am a shareholder.
We can see. So I mean, tell me, does it feel good? Does it feel good that stock went up? That you making some money off of that stock?
Roman just snapped on Sammy.
He's got to break us off. Halia Sensei, the Vin Man is back into some capacity of the WWE. What do you think the future holds for 2023 as far as
Vin Man?
Vince comes back? What do you think?
Yeah, man. Vince comes back, I expect nothing but fuckery. You know what I mean? Name changes, stupid gimmicks. You know how it is with Vince. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, like that gimmick.
Somebody's about to get an unexpected push. You know what I mean? I don't know who it's going to be, but
like that gimmick, like he had my man Dean Ambrose ride back and forth for unicycle. That's some good shit, right?
But yeah, I expect nothing but fuckery. You know how Vince get down. Like, we know how the Vin Man rules. I like the direction it was going with Triple H, but Vince said, nah, I can't stay away. Fuck that. So, I want to see what happens. You know what I mean? I want to see I just want to see what happens. Did he learn the lesson, or is he going to be the same old Vince?
He probably learned nothing.
The lesson he learned was he got bad at life. That's the only lesson.
Yeah, okay. Yep, and he just ousted 3 members that they just brought on the board so he could get his spot back. So,
and of course, Jeremy Pierce. Your thoughts on the Vinnie Mac?
That's a lot of them. One, we gotta go back to when he left. He stepped down as CEO, but the the weird thing was he still was the majority shareholder. So it was like he left the house, locked the front door, but left the upstairs window open. You know what I mean? Climb up the terrace. Get there.
really?
It's okay. I don't fault him for trying to come back. It's his whole life. You know what I mean? He didn't leave on his own terms. It's his whole life. So it's like, okay, it's like, athletes retiring, that's all they know. All he knows is wrestling. So I don't fault him for coming back. What I don't like is him trying to hold the company hostage because there's a new TV rights deal coming up in 2024. This is when you start negotiations about a year out. There's always the rumors about the company being sold. And he claims that he needs to be there, which you only need to be there to sell the company, not for the negotiated TV deal. Stephanie, Nick Khan, Triple H, they can do that. Decisions
though.
It's just a ploy to get back in charge. Period. So Danny's on the board. And here's the thing: he brought so when he did the SEC filing, he brought in Michelle Bar. He brought in Michelle Barrios. He brought in Michelle Wilson and Barrios. He fired them 2 years ago because they didn't agree to what he wanted to do with the company. They didn't agree with the future of the company that he was projecting. So why are they with him? They clearly did not get along, and he brought them back. There's a lot of shady stuff going on. I would love to be the man household right now. I want to know what H is thinking. I want to know what Stephanie is thinking. I want to know what Nick. Like, this is
how we gonna get rid of the Vin man? So we gotta come up with another plan to get rid of.
He can't. He's on the board, but he's not in charge of the company. There's a difference. So Stephanie and Nick Khan are in charge of the company. For him to become CEO again, they literally have to step down, and the board has to have a majority vote to put him back in charge. So even though he's on the board, he's not in charge. He can't say he can't fire Triple H. He can't become in charge of creative again, or he's not in control of the company. That's Nick Khan and Stephanie. The only thing he can do is approve a sale of the company, but he's already in the building now. It's like it's you see it all the time in movies, TV. The one person you don't want to interact with, don't get near them. Don't let them into the house. Don't let them into the building. He's in now, and looks like Jeff Jarrett and Mercedes Mone and Saraya knew what they were doing. They got out. They right. It's like when James Harden was like, "Yeah, I need to get out. I need to get out of the Nets right now." Saw the writing on the wall. This is going to be a shit show.
Because Vince McMahon did not need to do this. He doesn't need to be a director or executive chairman to help WWE navigate a sales process. His standing and controlling shareholder would have sufficed. He has now taken the company's primary income stream hostage. Blah, blah, blah. That more coming on. The Vince Russo, he's still alive. He starts with bro. So whatever. He's just talking about people that was ragging on Vince, that they just made stupid decisions. They're gonna get what's coming to them. Payback is a biatch. It's these whatever. If the WWE stop by eventually declines you to Vince McMahon's forced takeover or new sexual misconduct allegations, not new, minor shareholders will have grounds to sue. Those shareholders attempt to remove Vince. He has threatened to become bankrupt the company and so on and so forth. So while Vince McMahon has not stated that he wants to return to WWE, but just wants to just as an executive chairman of the board, Vince was both CEO and chairman when he retired last year. definitely a Nick Coco doing it. So I mean, it's a mess. Let's just call it that. But WWE stock currently is over 15% after McMahon. There's a lot of stuff going on. I mean, what month do you project that fuckery first ensues? The Rumble.
I will say
Summer Scam.
It won't be. No, it'll be before that. I would say right around Money in the Bank, since it was announced that Money in the Bank is going to be in the UK and be in London. Right around then, before SummerSlam, like he can't like. WrestleMania is pretty much kind of set at this point. You know what I mean? The Royal Rumble is kind of set, so you got to get past that. After that, between March and June, July, it's a wrap. It's
well, we gonna see the decline of the Vin Man. Either he gonna take control, or they gonna oust him. You probably gonna get ousted because it's probably best for business.
Oh, you know what? Hollywood, a better question. When do we see an on-screen Vince McMahon in the ring or backstage segment?
Vin Man's back for the Rumble. He's coming out number 30.
You know how
Shane.
How Shane McMahon made the Royal Rumble by himself, even though he had a small fracture of it, even though he had a small part of it.
That was one of the worst Rumbles ever.
You know what Vince is going to do. Vince is going to have all the wrestlers line up on the stage. When he comes out, he's going to have them stand there and clap for him. That's what he's going to do to make himself feel better. He's going to say, "I'm back," and do something.
Well,
Titus gets suspended again.
so you know that Triple H, right? He wants to do where they have a no cut clause in their contract, but the Vin Man wanted he don't want that because he likes to get rid of people when he wants to. So that was a Vin Man thing. Was it a Triple H thing? Triple H is trying to get to the point where the contract got no cut clause. So you remember when Bray Wyatt and all of them got cut? That's because the Vin Man did it.
Budget cuts. Like that wrestling contract is a whole other thing. I'm an independent contractor, but you treat me like I'm an actual employee, but I'm not an employee, and you control where I can and cannot. That's a whole.
Will never happen.
That's a whole different. It's.
Oh, Selena Vega, you try to make a wrestler's union? Nah, we'll sign you back. Get rid of Andrew Tate.
Get rid of Andrew Tate. We gonna put it. We gonna put it down as budget cuts.
Budget.
We gonna put it down as a budget cut. Okay. Oh, Bray Wyatt. Oh yeah. We don't like the way how things are going. We're gonna put you down as a budget cut.
Budget cut. So I have a slew of questions. So is it Mercedes Mone or bust in LA to be Saraya's partner on AEW?
There's no news of her going to AEW from what I was reading. Officials think eventually she'll end back up at WWE, but see how the Vin Man is there. I don't think she's coming back after that. But
I asked that because they're saying Sheeta's going to turn on Tony Storm and Saraya gets a new partner, and it's going to be Mercedes Mone.
Like I genuinely believe, and it is not even like a full-on heel turn for Sheeta. It's more of a you disrespected me. I'm Hikaru Shida. I'm the longest reigning champion in this company's history. Now you turned your back on me. I think it was smart what they did. You temper the expectations. You set it up so it's like, okay, don't expect Mercedes, and you still get her. She doesn't have to wrestle. They can still just do Tony in the match, and then Mercedes shows up after the match. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
I think she will be there at the end of the day, whether she's wrestling as Saraya's partner or makes an appearance afterwards. I think she'll be there.
All right. Next question. Well, Hollywood, what you thinking before I ask the next question?
Mercedes to AEW. I seen I don't know. I seen something on Facebook. Seen it a few times where it says several AEW people in the building, superstars that's expecting her to become all elite. So hey man, if it happens, I'm here.
And we got conflicting reports. We got Meltzer saying it's not going to happen, but we got Sap no crap saying it's pretty much going to happen. Who do you trust more? I trust Sap.
Take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah. Put a little.
So my other question: Mercedes Mone in AEW, does she dethrone Jade and become the new TBS champion?
That's possible.
I was going to wait if and only if Chris isn't healthy. That's it. That's it. If and only if Chris Statlander is not healthy and ready to come back. Because Jade is at what? Like when is she at? She's over 40 now, right?
7, something like that.
Yeah. So at this point, it's like
too. So whatever.
So yeah. It's only if it's only if Chris isn't healthy, because we all know they were setting up Statlander to dethrone Jade. That's the only Jade. The only top names that Jade hasn't fought off the top of my head are like Tony, Sheeta, Statlander, Britt, and Deeb. She's beaten Anna. She's beaten Willow. She's beaten Tay. She's beaten everybody except for those 4 names I named. And it's not going to be Saraya. It's not going to be Serena Deeb. It's not going to be Sheeta. And Chris Statlander's hurt, so probably Mercedes. If Chris isn't healthy.
All right. So another question: FTR has been dropping title at the title. They've dropped the AAA tag titles. They dropped the Ring of Honor tag titles. I don't know if they dropped the IWGP.
They did. They lost. Okay. Yeah, they did.
So they dropped them. Do the Revival go back to WWE in 2023?
No. The Vin Man is there? No.
FTR, stay where you at. You know what I mean? Don't do it.
So what are they going to do? Are they going to get the AEW tag titles?
It's the perfect story. This is the story that they should have told when Cena lost to The Rock. Losing matches, Donnie and Luck, building yourself back up. They've lost 3 championships. We never got FTR Young Bucks 3. Dax and Cash had already been saying the year has ended on a bad note. They lost to the Guns. It's the perfect story. It's the perfect story to build them back up into what's the not Full Gear. What's with the Full Gear? All Out. FTR gets the belts back at All Out. It's the perfect story. It's perfect. And the benefit of being in AEW is, as long as Tony Khan approves it, he more likely will, you can go wrestle other places.
Right.
It's the biggest benefit. That's the biggest benefit of being in Impact in AEW. Long as management approves it, go out there and make some money.
I mean, that's the goal in the end. They go out there and make some money.
Make that money. Shake your ass, your cash.
All right. So my other question. So they were predicting Jay White leaves New Japan, but Hikuleo's probably going to leave New Japan and loser leaves Japan match. So Hikuleo gets signed to WWE 2023. Go to the Bloodline. Well, he's not really.
That's what I've been hearing. That's what I've been hearing. He's probably
Sammy gets ousted.
Yeah.
Well, you know that's coming.
Because you figure what? We don't know if Naomi's coming back. And
no, she's coming back.
I highly doubt they're just going to immediately elevate Ava Raine and put her in the Bloodline. So probably Hikuleo at this point. That's the safest bet.
Hikuleo just 6'9". He can't really. I don't think he's that good. I mean, I would love to see Tama Tonga, but think about this. We might, because we've seen the hints, the teasers. We might get the Hurt Business back with Omos in it. So
Omos and the Hurt Business is madness.
I think we all just want the Hurt Business back.
Now listen, I will ask this: 2023. Well, will we see more of a Forbidden Door thing with WWE? Carl Anderson, Paul Tamatonga at Wrestle Kingdom. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Muta
at Noah and not Wrestle Kingdom. That's like weird.
Right.
But and then what else happened?
Mickey in the Royal Rumble.
Mickey James acknowledged as a Impact champion in the Rumble. There's a bunch of leeways, and you could do this and you could do that, and we'll allow this and we'll allow that. And AAA is on a sour note with AEW at this point because of the whole mixed tag championships with Sammy and Ty, stuff like that. So could we see some type of Forbidden Door with WWE further down? Will Ospreay say he wants to face Seth Rollins in the future?
It's weird. It's only because of the relationships that all these companies have. But like, remember, we were trying to figure out why the Lucha Brothers weren't on the Forbidden Door show because they're part of AAA and New Japan partners with CMLL and AEW. So you know what I mean? It's like it's so Impact I can see because they're just like whatever gets eyes on us. After that, it's like Pro Wrestling Noah, DDT. Who knows at this point? Definitely won't be getting Nick Gage in WWE. I can tell you that.
No Nick Gage action.
Nick Gage.
All right. If you are AEW, do you sign Kota Ibushi?
I would.
Yeah. That's one of my predictions of AEW. Ibushi will end up in AEW. It's just at this point. He wants out of New Japan so bad, yo.
Some people gotta realize that the grass ain't always green on the other side. So
all right, fair enough. Royal Rumble poster came out. It's very electrifying. Would you say?
Very, very bland.
I see what you did there.
Very electrifying, this poster, Kaiba. Well, one of the gripes was Bianca Belair is like in the third row and not in the front row. I'm like, all right, everybody relax.
Who's in the? I just saw the post. Who's in the front row besides Roman?
You know what I mean?
Bobby Lashley, Becky, Brock.
I'm not feeling it.
Not feeling Becky.
I can see the gripe about Bianca. She's pretty much been your number one woman, in the company for the entire year. So I get that. I get
it, but it's a poster design. I mean, there's been more blatant poster design back in the day. It was just like there was like whole champions now on a poster.
But
so just like,
there's rumor has it that she's gonna drop the Raw Women's title soon, and she will be facing Charlotte at WrestleMania, and what's her name? Ronda Rousey will be facing Rhea Ripley.
For what title? What gun?
Huh?
For what title? What gun? So that gotta be out the window.
None of that makes sense. I more so can see because they've been begging for. I can more so see Ronda and Shayna wrestling for the tag team titles at WrestleMania.
But
because that's what they want.
But here's the thing: it's just a rumor. But I know that the Becky and Ronda plans are scrapped. They're scrapped.
That's their fault. That's their fault. It took them 4 years to notice that. Yeah, we probably should have just did Becky versus Ronda 1-on-1 so I push Vince McMahon.
Vinny Mac is only 5 years.
Vinny Mac could have been like should have just did Charlotte versus Asuka. Like Asuka get her win back. It just like shoehorning Charlotte into that match just made no sense. It just Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon.
But here's the thing.
Go keep blaming Vince. Come on.
But the Rock and Roman Reigns thing is a Vince McMahon idea. they giving
That's
up Rock.
that's just a logical storyline beat at this point. It's not a Vince McMahon
But
idea. Anybody can predict Roman Reigns' storyline's gonna end with him facing the Rock. Anybody can predict that. Vince McMahon coming that doesn't make him smart.
But here's the
Doesn't
thing: they giving
this bloodline storyline is the most basic, easiest story to write and tell.
it is.
There's
It
nothing.
is.
There's nothing.
But the question is,
I wouldn't say it's basic and easy. This is going on. What?
I mean, yeah, they don't do this. They don't do 3-year storylines. Like this all started with it's so fun. This is so funny. This all started because of the pandemic and Roman Reigns having to be out of wrestling because he's got leukemia. And this all started with Roman versus Jay.
right,
3 years ago.
right, and it is going to end with him fighting the Rock and actually probably dropping one of the titles to the Rock, or him solidifying that he's truly the head of the
Rock as
table.
a champion in 2023.
It will only probably be for a short amount of time. It probably won't
Say
be
it
that
ain't.
long.
Say it ain't so.
Or
But
Rock and do a.
oh,
He wins the title and
the
then comes on Raw to sell tickets and then vacate it.
so here's the rumor. There's a rumor going around that
there she goose. Here we go.
no. It's a rumor that I read earlier before, like earlier in the day, that they said that the whole bloodline situation about them invading Raw and stuff is what would cause Roman to be stripped of one of the titles, which more likely would be the WWE title. So therefore, he never lost it. He never lost it because he's defending both titles at WrestleMania. But here's the thing: the titles are not unified. They're two separate titles. So
So you
I
got
guess
Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns 3 at Royal Rumble.
right. It's the same. It's the same match that took
Does
place 2
Owens
years
take
ago.
one of the championship?
No,
No.
he's going to keep both of them. He's going to keep both of them. Either he drops one of the titles before WrestleMania, which would probably be him being stripped. That's the only logical way of him being stripped, and he's not being pinned. That's the most logical way to even get one of the titles off him without him being pinned. So you will probably have to strip him because right now the Finn man painted them into a corner where he has both of the belts, but he also not supposed. They don't want him losing. So the only thing that happened with the whole Sami Zayn thing is that he wasn't pinned. So they're going by now is that he haven't been pinned in 3 years, not him losing the match, but him not being pinned in three years. So the last time he was pinned was 2019. I think it was November 2019 or whatever. That's the last time he was pinned. So they're
A
going off
loss
of
is a
not
loss. In the record books, you go to
right,
cagematch.net, it says loss.
right.
Roman Reigns.
But here's the thing: they're going by him
But
not being
here's the
pinned.
thing.
They're going by him not being pinned or submitted,
Okay,
not him
that's great.
losing.
Ryback had a streak, an undefeated streak of. We're gonna gotta find ways to keep him undefeated. But a loss, listen, a loss is a loss.
It is. Ryback, I don't even think he belongs in the history books. Okay. I think he's just a
Not right.
washed up. He's just a washed up Goldberg on
Now we turn
steroids.
on Ryback.
But Ryback is not good. We all know he's not good. So I mean,
There's a lot of wrestlers that aren't good that get pushed. I'm looking at you, Karrion Cross. Mate can't forget what he was going to say 3 weeks ago.
okay, all right. Well, that cross checking not making no sense.
Cross not wearing the helmet. God damn
it. Well, stop wearing this
That
helmet.
dumbass helmet, man.
Again,
Was he a gimp? He looked like something off Gladiator.
this is one of Vince McMahon's brilliant ideas, right?
Right.
Let's call up Karrion Cross without Scarlett. To apart, they're basic and bland. Together, they're just less basic and bland.
All right. So for AEW, right? So
Vucevic got 17 points, 18 boards.
Well, it's a couple
No
questions.
MB, he killing him.
One,
What's the score?
so did they take the title off Samoa Joe for him to just solely be on Ring of Honor, to push Ring of Honor as a separate brand finally, because they have the Honor Club and all that other stuff. And why not have Darby have a second reign?
When you lose,
yeah.
When you lose to a bad finisher, the coffin drop. Okay, I guess I would want to be on Ring of Honor too. Okay,
no finisher is bad once you win enough matches. But never forget, guys, Pilates' finisher is a chop to the neck.
Okay, listen. Look, I was done. When I say Darby Allin do a coffin drop into a coffin to smash the.
That was hot.
That was bad. The
iron. Yeah, it makes it makes sense. One. Wow, how does it feel? Seeing wrestlers win in their hometown. That's
coffee.
That's a new thing. No,
it's home. It's home. It's home. We call it home field advantage. Okay.
I think now because Honor Club is picking up subscribers, is picking up subscriptions. We can start doing this show. I think what we're starting to see is, after all the build, we're starting to see some of the AEW originals start to shine through. Starting to get their push, the Acclaim. I think Darby's second go round is going to be great. The only person being pushed right now that's not an original is Swerve? Jungle Boy, Hook, everybody's starting to get love.
Swerve Strickland.
Listen, the title was doing quite well. Joe's credible. It's not the title makes the man, it's the man makes the title.
So fuck.
I never believe the title makes the man ever. It's the person that makes the title. Joe brought credibility back to the TNT Championship.
They fuck Wardlow because it wasn't his time.
Okay, Wardlow missing that ponytail. I guess at the end of the day, he wasn't worthy. Okay, right? So he wasn't worthy.
So I go back to say this. Hollywood Athena is still wrestling on AEW Dark for whatever fucking reason. So,
okay, that's like
it's only because of the time. She's just that's it. You can't. She's Ring Honor. She's the ring. At this point, if people complain about wrestlers wrestling on Dark, I just want to let you know, every single wrestler in the company has wrestled on Dark. From Brandon Cutler up to Kenny Omega wrestled on Dark 2 weeks ago.
But here's the thing. The AEW Dark also remind you of Sunday Night Heat. Austin was on Sunday Night Heat in the beginning too.
Actually, there's two types of Darks. There's the regular Dark that they tape at Universal Studios in Orlando, but then there's the Dark matches that they tape 2 Dark matches before Dynamite, which are actual people that are on TV versus people that are on TV. You'll get Kit versus Trent. You'll get the Acclaim versus the Dark Order. Those matches happened before, but I mean, Dark is dark. Dark is dark. Dark is dark. You got to give people reps. Remember, before the pandemic, AEW were going to start doing house shows, and that was the number one primary reason they brought in Jeff Jarrett is to start getting his house show stuff ready.
Jeff Jarrett,
the stroke.
And
for people that are criticizing Jeff Jarrett's stable, y'all, this is a classic wrestling 80s stable. A crazy talker in Sanjay Dutt, a giant in Satnam Singh. You got the workhorse in Jay Lethal, and you got the main guy, Jeff Jarrett. It's classic wrestling stable. I don't know people people don't understand nuance sometimes, Cam. I just don't get it.
Look. They lost me when he came in there with a trench coat, some gloves, and a cowboy hat.
That's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. Him and Max Caster are working everybody.
I mean,
Max and Jeff are working to work. Karen got worked into a shoot, and now she's shooting.
When you look like you've been ousted from a Backstreet Boys concert, I think I'll pass.
Don't work yourself into a
not
shoot,
the
brother.
Backstreet Boys concert.
I'll pass.
Tell me why.
Hollywood Sensei, scale of 1 to 10, how interested are you in the path of the All Pacific Atlantic Championship that Orange Cassidy has?
You scale of 1 to 10.
How invested are you in that title?
I'll be generous and say a strong 5.
Ooh, that's ooh.
So he's going to DVR Orange Cassidy, Kip Sabian.
I am because I'm leaving after this. So I'm DVR and I DVR everything.
He is my guy, though. He is my guy,
and he is defending it, and they're great matches. I mean,
another non-pillar getting more spotlight than Ricky Starks, but whatever. He beat Chris Jericho.
What do you mean? Ricky Starks just beat Chris Jericho, Cam. What are you talking about?
And action fucking Andretti.
Ricky Starks, I don't know. Don't say Ricky Starks ain't getting shot because Ricky Starks is clearly getting a push right now. He's clearly getting a push.
Yeah.
What?
Ooh, everybody ready for Madcap Moss and Emma versus Karrion Kross and Scarlett?
Yes.
Rochambeau.
Ricky's clearly getting a push.
Rochambeau.
He called him the Pebble.
He said he beat Chris Jericho. So did Fandango. So did Action Andretti.
Come on. Let's be real. Let's be real. Ricky Starks is clearly getting pushed right now.
Oh man,
he's clearly on the upswing.
Hold on. Is Ricky Starks gonna have a title by the end of the year?
Yes. I said that to you last week that I think by the end of the year Ricky Starks will either be TNT champion or world champion. I said that to you. I believe that
MJF
with everything in my being.
Throughout the year. MJF will lose the title this year.
Cool.
MJF's not losing.
Yes, he is. He's losing the title this year.
He's not losing the BBL belt or whatever the fuck he called it this year.
The big Burberry belt. He's losing the championship this year.
The BBL belt.
He's losing it. He's not going to lose.
He's losing it this year. He's going to lose it to Ricky Starks.
He's not going to lose to some top. Ricky Starks is their rock, the Pebble.
Ricky Starks will defeat MJF for the world championship at All Out. Book it right now.
All Out. What's that?
All Out is the show in October. That's their WrestleMania. All Out.
I thought it was.
I'm sorry. Not All Out. All Out was in May, and Double or Nothing. Double or Nothing is their WrestleMania.
Okay, Jeremy, justify John Moxley facing one of the members' top flight repeatedly for no fucking reason.
Hangman Page.
Top fight looked good. It's one of the few times where nobody suffers from the match.
I mean,
nobody suffered from the match. Top flight looked good in defeat, just like with Dante for Hangman Page for the world title. Hangman Page won. Dante Martin did not suffer from that loss.
Oh man.
You're right. And L is an L, and guess what? An L is an L, and Jericho loses all the time. And L is an L, and the Miz loses all the time. And L is an L, and our longest reigning tag team champions in WWE last year went a little bit above 50% in wins.
Is that gonna blow some butts in the seat?
So an L is about how you book it. They're
it's all about.
It's fine.
If I had to see John Moxley in some frame or fashion face Top Flight again.
I mean, that's what
okay. But here's another thing. I think we can all agree with this. Cam, we talked about this. Takeshita is the shit. He is. He's great.
Okay,
but he's lost. He's lost all his major matches. He's lost to Eddie Kingston. He's lost to Mox. He lost to Hangman. He lost to Claudio. He lost to Bryan Danielson. He's facing Bryan Danielson again next week. And guess what? He's going to lose to Bryan Danielson. But guess what? He doesn't suffer from those losses.
Give me Takeshita versus Ibushi.
Takeshita versus Kabushi.
Takeshita is that dude.
But is it going to blow some butts in the seat? Is what I want.
Yes. Last year, at the end of the year, they started giving Takeshita these high profile matches, and every single match you were like, "Oh my god, this dude's fucking amazing." So now, when you put him on TV, oh wait, Takeshita's wrestling? Cool. He's wrestling Bryan Danielson. Oh, I'm watching that. Cam, you everybody here have watched more Lucha Underground than everybody. Did it perk your interest when you found out the AR Foxes were fighting each other this week?
No.
Why not? They have history. They put on great matches.
No, I watched the match and it was pretty much, same shit. I like Death Valley Driver on the edge of the ring.
Death Valley Driver.
I heard something, Chris, that that's the hardest part of the ring, the apron right there.
The apron.
That's what they say. That's the hardest part of the ring.
Look how they advertise that he used his feet to break these cinder blocks. What? Listen.
Listen, you got to suspend disbelief. It's wrestling. You got to suspend disbelief sometimes, man.
Listen, man.
You got to sell it, man.
Those cinder blocks were more like sand.
Remember when Yerrr got thrown off the top of the cage in Blood and Guts, and they wanted us to believe that it was fucking steel that he fell on, and it was just cardboard boxes.
like Rikishi, big choke slam off of a cell.
That was more dangerous than what Jericho got thrown off, because Rikishi fell in like fucking just straight up sand, which hurt. Jericho fell in some boxes.
He fell on hay. He didn't fall on the sand. He
didn't fall on hay. He fell on like wood chips, some shit like that.
That was dangerous. Okay.
Oh yeah. Nobody wanted to take that fall.
Rikishi did it for The Rock.
I did it for The Rock.
Theoretically, Rikishi was the only person in that match to be able to take that fall.
Nobody else said they was taking it.
Yeah, because Taker wasn't going to do it.
Taker said he wasn't doing it.
Stone Cold, Rock, and Triple H weren't doing it. Rikishi was the only one that could take that. Yeah, you're right, Cam.
Rikishi's like, all right, I do.
Theoretically, they could take that.
Rikishi.
All right, so I'll just straight yes or no from the crowd on these. I'll ask these questions. Sheamus win the Intercontinental Championship in 2023?
Yes.
What you say? Sheamus off of Gunther?
Win the IC title and become a Grand Slam champion in 2023?
Yes.
He will probably take it off of Gunther before WrestleMania.
Sheamus versus Gunther again. Fuck it, I'm with it. Sheamus that Grand Slam. Come on, stop playing. Yeah, I mean, I'm all in.
He takes it all Gunther before WrestleMania. Then we just have a Brock versus Gunther match at WrestleMania. I can see it happening. I mean, but is that Brock and Gunther match?
Goose, yes or no?
I said yes.
Okay.
He just wanted more screen time.
He over here fantasy booking.
Here you go. Judgment Day breaks up in 2023.
No.
Oh,
listen, my man Dom just got out of prison too. Come on.
He just did hard time.
Where's the tag? Where's the high jump tag, yo?
He just did hard time. Okay.
Right.
So he ain't going nowhere. I mean,
Lashley holds the title in 2023.
Yes.
I'm gonna go no, because I don't know which title he like. What they going
because
it's United States title back on him? Like,
if we I think we all believe that Cody will be WWE champion again this year. Will be champion this year. WWE championship this year.
Lashley versus Cody. I'm not mad at that.
So my answer, I'm sticking with yes.
I'm gonna go no, but I'll hold out for it. Yes, I'm gonna go.
I'll hold out for you to see if that puts some butts in this heat.
Bray Wyatt feuds with a main eventer this 2023.
No.
Bray Wyatt got to conquer his own demons first. Maybe if they merge together and become the Fiend again, maybe I might have hope.
Uncle Howdy.
Yeah, maybe they'll become one again. Okay.
2023. Right. I'm gonna say yeah. I mean, we still in January. You know, whatever they doing Uncle Howdy and this Alexa Bliss thing, whenever they get done with that, I mean, I'm pretty sure they'll.
So when Uncle Howdy put on them Batara earrings, then maybe I'll have faith. All right.
Batara earrings.
Well, what's that? Well, what's that happen? I ain't got no faith for Bray Wyatt right now. After he stopped fighting demons in his head, I'll be all right.
A AEW star goes back to WWE in 2023.
So you're saying they were already there to be once, and then when they were jumping back.
Yeah.
Keith Lee back.
Keith Lee, Andrade, Aleister Black.
I got Andrade.
I'll say yes, only because some of the guys are Triple H guys, and
I can see
we're
Miro.
in a holding pattern with Vince, so I say yes. First thing that comes to my brain is Andrade.
I can see Miro going back. Miro might be going back. Lana already said it's a possibility of him going back. I can see him going back.
I'm not listening to anybody's wife.
I don't know. She got the power of the V. So at the end of the day, she might be ready.
And
gonna tell her where to go.
Does CM Punk go back to WWE in any faculty, any type of?
Yes.
No, because in my opinion, no, because his disdain for Triple H is never going to change. Okay? So I mean, if he learns how to move past how he feels, then he might be all right. But right now, he has an issue with the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega for what godforsaken reason. Maybe CM Punk needs to figure out what's wrong with CM Punk before he goes to any other promotion. So that's just my personal opinion.
Capital O. Man. Nah, Chief. It ain't happening.
Nope. Time to get rid of this stain on his heart. His heart is stained by the innocence, okay? Maybe he needs to just leave it alone for a bit.
Does AEW does AEW copy a WWE storyline this year?
Yes.
Wrestling is cyclical. What's old is new. At some point, they'll do something that they're already copying the same storyline. Every single MJF feud has been somebody's got to run some type of gauntlet to get the MJF. They've already done this is like the third time they're doing it for MJF.
That's the AEW thing.
Right.
MJF
or let's talk about that pachinko chip you carrying around, okay, instead of a briefcase. All right. I'm done with that. All right. So that's the storyline.
The Diamond Dallas ring or whatever the fuck it's called. I mean,
Dynamite Diamond Ring.
Dynamite Diamond Ring.
That's on the show.
Okay.
Hell, Impact just announced they're doing a fight pit. So anything is possible at this point.
Who? And I'll ask this, and then good wrap it up. We'll go with outros. We'll set the benchmark at Ospreay Kenny being match of the year so far in January. Who topped that match?
What the year just started? We're only a week in.
I'm just saying which wrestlers can top that.
All right, I'm going to exclude the obvious names. Just cut out Danielson, Mox, Seth. I'll go. Hell, I'll go with the match that's going to happen in like a couple weeks. I'll go Mercedes versus Kyrie.
I guess I can go with that. I mean, that's probably going to put some butts in the seat.
Just because I know how good both these women are. I'll go Mercedes versus Kyrie. They can do it.
I don't know.
I got faith in Mercedes, so I'll I like that pick. I was going to say anything Seth Rollins again.
Rollins, we don't know when Rollins is coming back.
Seth freaking Rollins, but
I know Seth does have a knee injury. AJ Styles broke his ankle, so we're gonna be stuck without them for a little tiny bit.
Actually, I'll throw another name out there because I feel like it's probably going to happen. Montez Ford.
If he gets once he get a singles push, I think
Do we get heel Montez Ford in 2023?
Well, here's the thing. They've both elevated their games. Montez has put on more muscle. Angela's put on more speed and cardio. Either one can turn on each other at this point. And here's the thing: they don't necessarily have to turn on each other. They can literally just be drafted into separate brands. Yeah. Like, why does it always have to be? Partners turn on each other? Right. Remember what happened with Tucker and Otis? And the person that turns is the one that's supposed to get the big push. Tucker got fired.
Otis got pushed to the fucking moon.
Because Otis is that dude.
Yeah, Otis is he's a good
Otis is that dude. His facial expressions and everything. Otis is that dude.
But
All right, well, you lose to a singer. I mean, Elias, and who is that? What's the boy? What's his name? That the Miz was beefing with?
Loomis.
You
Dexter
lose to
Loomis.
Dexter Lewis. I guess. I mean, Otis, he has the potential. He has that potential. I do think he can actually go out on his own and be okay. So, I mean, he showed that he can truly do something on his own. So, he has that potential. All he needs is something to awaken that potential.
awaken that potential. That's hilarious. All right, so Trauma Reigns, where you gonna find you at?
Find me on here.
Great
Find me
segue.
on here and any other, Blur Cartel, podcast.
You know you're only on one, but that's fair.
But I mean, I might make an appearance with some other ones. So,
that's
never
nice.
know.
Jeremy Pierce.
Howard Wrestling Podcast every Saturday. Just put the schedule up on the Instagram for the month of January. So you can go right to the Twitter right there, and has all the links. Tomorrow's show are my AEW and WWE predictions for 2023. Got the fresh review up for Avatar: The Way of Water, and be on the lookout for the Megan review next Tuesday as well.
The Megan review.
Yeah, I love horror movies. I go to the movies.
Low-key fire.
I go to the movies about every single week, and I try to as a movie critic, I think a lot of other top-notch movie critics forget that we're just fans. So I keep my ear to the ground. Megan's getting amazing reviews. So now I was already going to go see the movie, but when a horror movie actually gets great reviews, and now the press is picking up, yeah. So be on the lookout for that Megan review next Tuesday.
Well, check out that Michael John White movie and let me know how it is. Okay, it's good.
Which Michael John White movie?
It's good as dead under the B budget movie. Okay. I mean, Michael John White produced some good B budget movies.
This nigga said as good as dead. What is going on?
Michael John White is
shout out to the B budgets.
Hollywood where they can find you at?
This your boy Hollywood Sensei. You can find me anywhere the Blur Cartel is, and that's Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify, TikTok, Twitch, Apple Music, Google Podcasts for your listening needs. Also, you can find me on the What It Sound Like podcast every Thursday at 7. But you can find me on every show on the Blur Cartel though. Every show I'm on. And also Hollywood_Sensei 215 on all social media platforms. Just follow your boy, especially the TikTok. That's the only thing I'm worried about. Just follow the TikTok.
Get the TikTok numbers up. Things by AK with AK. Put your mom in feel for a leg. Go watch that Ric Flair documentary, even though that's like 5th documentary ever came out. But
I don't know how many times we can tell the same goddamn story about Ric Flair.
Well, I knew how he got his blonde hair, so that
or let's talk about your man Bret Hart dipping his nose in a pile of coke. Okay, so let's go check that out. Right?
Now you gotta turn it off.
I mean,
So that one there was a violation. Personally, I wouldn't have it. And
even though your man, they say your man EDP got the
stage 5 kidney failure.
Ooh.
And they frying him. The biggest Eagles fan ever.
EDP 445, stage 5 kidney failure.
EDP
sucks. It sucks, but life is life. I'll leave it at that.
I know what the screenshots say, but never mind. I know.
Don't stop.
Wow. But you know what I'm saying? Check us out Facebook, YouTube. Just follow us on YouTube.
Yeah.
Even get it all out, but
get the YouTube numbers up.
The luchador numbers.